Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the live stream where we review the watch list and then we trade the market open every day. Hope everyone had a good Wednesday and are ready to go for today. What is today? Thursday, the 20th of February. I had to really think about that. This week, again, is kind of flying by. It's hard to keep up with it. It's 9:16 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got another 14 minutes till the market opens at 9:30. We'll be trading then for about 30 to 60 minutes after the opening bell. Whole stream shouldn't be more than 75 minutes. Check out the video description below for some FAQs, and let's get started. Just really quickly, I'm looking at the chat. I hope everything's working right. Let me quickly refresh my page. All right, I think it's loading fine. I just quickly refreshed the YouTube stream. For some reason, the chat wasn't loading for me, so I wasn't sure if there was an issue with that, but it looks fine. Okay, so let's get to the watch list. Threw up the scanner this morning. I waited a little bit longer. I think I scanned it originally at 8:40. We had eight stocks pop up on the watch list, so kind of a smaller day in terms of the amount of stock scapping, but there was some really good stuff. BBI and TOCA were definitely the first two I was looking at. Looks like YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain a smooth streaming. If there's issues, let me know. I hope we don't have any internet issues today. Intelsat moving pre-market. I think, Jordan, that's the one you were talking about yesterday with I, ticker symbol I, right? I'll throw that one on the watch list as well. Let me quickly see if we have everything on here. I don't think I added SENS, PEI, we got IOTS, we got PGN. Some new ones kind of creeped on the watch list, but I think we have a pretty nice list so far. Okay, and yeah, we got that one. Trade. So let's quickly just run through the list. Yeah, nice move, about 10% right here. Looks nice. All right, so let's go through the scanner watch list. GMPX popped up on our scanner, but I don't think we're going to be trading it today. SENS kind of pulled up a little bit, but not really something I'm super interested in. Some big support at 1.4, but a lot of resistance above. Wasn't really looking at that one. Not to mention the shares outstanding is huge. PEI just selling off, not a big bounce. Wasn't really looking at it. NE, kind of a big rally, but sub-dollar. Probably don't want to trade that. IOTS could be something, but really consolidating here around 12.55. I think there was a merger agreement or something with it. Let me quickly check. Sees cautious, fears, virus, acquire. Yeah, okay. I don't even think you could trade this. And then BBI popped up, and BBI was something we were talking about in the past. I think it was like two or 3 days ago. We were looking to trade this one. Pre-market, really solid move, 84%. This thing has a market cap of 16 million. It'll be much more today, and 8 million shares outstanding. Now let's see here. It's a US biotech company, just like TOCA that we're going to review in a second. Float 5.2 million. That's really nice. And they got news. Phase 2 study results. Very good. Okay, so exactly what we want to be looking for. So I think this is definitely our lead gapper for the day. I was kind of thinking about maybe even getting long on it pre-market. We were making a nice little flag pattern here, and this move to the upside, although it looks tiny, was 5%, so not too bad. We'll probably wait for the opening bell. Whew. I must say I'm a little tired today. OPGN, nice little gap up here, especially near that 1.75 for support, but probably won't be trading it. It is kind of in the category that we're looking for though, so kind of interesting. SLRX, I was really thinking about putting this one as the runner-up, but I don't know. It could be really interesting. I'm not sure what kind of news we have on it. I don't think there even was any news. So again, lack of catalyst isn't that good. TOCA though, US biotech as well. This thing's moving pretty nice. 11 million market cap. Shares outstanding 22 million, shares flow 22 million as well. A little bit high. We want under 10 million, guys. News though, yesterday announces merger. So it is up on news. That's good. This thing could definitely keep on running. The trend is your friend. Too small. Are you on a phone or are you on the screen? Yeah, it's tough. There's not much I could do about that. There's quite a lot of information here to cram on one page. It looks like I'm having some occasional internet issues. I really hope it does not affect our trading today. So fingers crossed for that. I think out of the gates, I'm going to be 100% looking at BBI. The warrants on BBI, it's a good question. I was going through their 10Q. I found some warrants with an exercise price of at $10. So I don't really think that's going to be an issue. Let's quickly go back to BBI. And I was going through their chart as well, long-term chart, and you can see right around 10, this is where we fell off a cliff, and then we bounced back to 10. I think this is where the warrants are exercisable, and we were not able to break back above 10, so I'd be really careful if this thing approached 10. I don't really think it's gonna approach 10. We got some pretty key resistance right now, 1.8 to $2. We've already clearly broke through those. We're all the way at 323 now, charts. So big resistance here, 2.68 to, I would say, $3. That's what we broke through. And next big level I would be looking for is about 3.5 to 4. Yeah, so we got those mapped out as well. I would say it's probably a little bit overextended. So opening bell, I probably won't be jumping on the first 1 minute candle. I really got to say that if we traded this break above 2.9, that probably would have been the ticket pre-market. Now 11% move since then. So really, really nice move. Here you can see the long-term chart, 3.27. It's all the way up here. We got definitely some resistance right about 3.6, 3.5. So I'd probably wait for a bigger pullback, maybe back to 3 or something like that before we jump on this one. Our VIV EVE trade got executed pre-market on our RA account. Nice little trade. Quick bounce here to 1.5 and then sold on the bounce. Nothing really too big, but I mentioned it yesterday on the live stream, so I thought I'd follow up with it. Let's go back to our $25,000 challenge account. Yeah, for sure. You want to watch out with warrants, but just because a stock has warrants doesn't mean it's never good to trade. You want to be aware of where the warrants are and you want to avoid those areas. But yeah, for sure. Typically, you want to avoid warrants. But the key is just understanding where they are, from my experience, I've found. The problem I have with Interstellar, what's it called? Intelsat is it's a nice move for sure, but it's not necessarily something that fits our gap and go criteria. Shares outstanding is way too much, market cap is way too high, so it's not really a small cap. It's a bit more of a mid cap. Could be a phenomenal investment and a swing trade, but for our gap and go strategy, I probably won't be trading it. But yeah, nice move since yesterday, since you called it out. I think I'm going to be mostly looking at BBI. We got another 3.5 minutes till the market opens. I'll probably be a little bit more cautious with BBI. It already had, this is its third green day. Actually, this would be its fourth green day. And this is going to be a big gapper, so could possibly be overextended. Anything that's up usually 100% pre-market. I don't know. It's around 80%. We'll see what happens. Hopefully we get out of our space position today. I'm really waiting for a break above 40 with some big volume. I'm going into the 42s, and I'd probably look to close that position. Whew, I still need to wake up today. I think I need like a third coffee. I'm just a little out of the loop. Another 2.5 minutes till the market opens. We're going to be looking to trade today with about $1.1 thousand position sizes. So if we're going long, BBI, probably around 300, 330 shares, something like that. BBI is definitely the clear gapper on the day. This should be interesting. This should definitely be an interesting open. Bit of a rough long-term chart for sure though. So you just want to be cautious with this one. Let's check out some past performance. We had some spikes that definitely held. So that's always a good sign. Big gap downs. Multi-day runners. A lot of reverse splits. Supernovas. Yeah, looks good. We're just a little bit high. We're kind of extended already, so I'm a little cautious with that one. Yeah, I'm also looking for a BBI push to $4 possibly. IOTS, we were checking that one out as well. I do have some alerts on, but let's see what happens when the market opens. I think I'm gonna be watching BBI out of the gates, market open, and then I'll just keep my scanner ready, see if anything else is moving, see what has the most dollar volume, see what's up percentage-wise the most, and then, get aggressive as good setups come. I wish you guys a great trading day. Let's do it. Calm and collected. No reason to rush into any trade. BBI building up volume out of the gates. Boom. Broke past former high. Big volume. Pretty solid move. So what was that? Like an 8% move right there. You can see it. Check out the daily chart. Big resistance right above, making me a little bit cautious. SPC at or above 38. BBI pulling back. Might look for an entry around $3. I'd like probably a safer entry, maybe at 290 or something like that if we have a flash dip. TOCA also performing pretty well. Okay, pulling back up. Yeah, Chrome. The float is not on ThinkorSwim. It's quite annoying. I get a little annoyed about that, and I have yet to figure out a way to calculate it. I'm sure there is a way, but it's going to be a custom solution. I was using FinViz earlier, so I was just checking it out on a different website. BBI looking really strong. Two big 1 minute volume candles. Again, pre-market would have been the ticket on this one. It seems to be lately on this. We've been seeing this a lot lately. Pre-market just kind of in these nice little flag patterns. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start getting a little bit more aggressive pre-market, especially as our account size is still really, really small. Big volume, guys. Breaking past the highs, 3.5 right now. Woo! Woo! Try to do it. Could not hold it. Is anyone long this trade? This is about a 15% move since open. Well, actually from this dip, about 10% move. From the dip, about 15. I personally feel like it's struggling quite a bit. I'm gonna throw on my scanner and see if we got anything else moving. Load scan query, personal, after market opens. Let's just kind of keep this going. BBI and TOCA are our top gappers. Whoa, this scanner is really not picking up a lot. Such a late day. IOTS kind of holding this 12.35. I don't think it's going to move much as it has an agreement, I think, to buy at 12.55 or something like that. Okay, so we're looking at all the top movers. Everything's looking fairly all right. Yeah, so BBI buying it pre-market would have been the ticket, and you know what? I was even saying that that probably would have been the one to go. So I don't really regret it. I'm still getting comfortable with potentially buying pre-market, but you know, over and over again with the leak gapper, we've been seeing that would have been the way to trade it, or just waiting for this, you know, market open. But I don't think I could have bought this one with that much resistance above. Let's see here, potential first pullback. 5 minute candles looking pretty healthy. Feel free to share if you guys are in any trades. Jordan, your eye is looking pretty good as well. Ticker symbol I, not physically. Still hoping we don't have any internet issues. I keep getting warnings from YouTube or connection issues, but let me know if you guys have any issues. So far, we have not done any trades in our small account, challenge account, our cash account. All right, bros, here we go. Nice big volume. Looking quite healthy. Big resistance here at 3.68, 3.75. I think that's where we're going to probably have our first pullback. 15-minute EMA right underneath, and VWAP kind of creeping up as well. TOCA. This is an interesting one to watch. Also kind of has some momentum, just slowly building up here. Found a little bit of a bottom. Looks like a potential red to green move. A lot of selling volume though. I'm gonna go ahead and put an alert here if we break higher. BBI up 100% already. Here we go. Trying to crack higher. 3.75 seems to be the resistance. Can we do it? I need like a caffeine IV right next to me. Just like my eyes are about to fall out. I had a pretty good night's sleep. I don't know why I'm so tired. It's been a long day. $355. The 180-day moving average is right above us, not to mention 375, big resistance, all the way up to 4 is big resistance. Let's just check out the long-term chart for a second. Big catalyst though, everything's looking really good, tiny float. I think if we can rip past 4 at one point today, this could be a really good play. Who knows what's going to happen? Maybe it's going to pull back a little bit more, kind of have a sell-off, and then, you know, rip back around. We've been seeing that quite a lot lately as well. But I think BBI has big potential today for sure. Intelsat making really nice moves. Flag pattern here, broke out from 4.5. 5% move after that breakout. Super, super solid. Jordan, you nailed that call. Five-minute chart looks healthy. This is really one of the first... Actually, technically, you could consider it a first green day as well. Really, really nice trade potential. BBI had its first pullback. Again, I'm still on the fence. I'm thinking that this one might need a little bit longer to gain some momentum here, really to break out to new all-time highs. I could be totally wrong. I've been saying in a lot of my past recap videos, you know, getting aggressive on the lead gapper and, you know, when to get aggressive. And, you know, once you see a pattern that really makes sense, a solid breakout pattern, or, you know, breaking past VWAP for the first time with big volume and then pulling back, 1 minute pullback from 5-minute breakout, things like that. That's what I'm looking for. So I don't really feel the need to get aggressive just yet. $3.2 held pretty well. You know, besides BBI, it's kind of a slow day if you think about it. Markets are all red. Even Bitcoin's red. Big sellers still coming in. Ripping back up. Here we go. So this could be a healthy 5-minute pullback. Right here, 5-minute rally to the upside, big pullback handle. And if we come back here to 3.54 and we start breaking higher from there, this could be a really nice breakout. What's a good, safe investment for me to short sell? Why would you want to short sell a good investment? Interesting question, Philip. I don't know. That's a tough one. I don't do much short selling, but anything that goes supernova and there's a crack in momentum, something like Tesla, could be an interesting short. But I think the whole reason Tesla or SpaceX, Virgin Galactic is even running up as much as it is because people, shorts are covering their position. So I would watch out, but shorting something like that on its way down could be really nice. All right, so we're back at 3.5. We could get this breakout here. I honestly don't think, I don't know. Let's just see how it plays out. I don't really want to make any calls just yet. This could be a bit longer of a trading day. I could see this going to 10:45, really waiting for a break back higher if this thing pulls lower. TOCA is pulling back as well. Nice, Jordan. Solid trade. Space is up 38.8. This is such a small position size we have on SPCE. But beautiful trade, waiting for it to break over 40. I might be closing this trade on the live stream as well. It's in a different account, so you guys don't see the trade right now. Let's go back to BBI. 3.7, breaking higher. Really, really nice. CNSL, I'll check that one out in a second. Big move here, guys. That was a huge move. $184 is getting chipped away. 182, 185. That would have been a good move. Should have gotten a little bit more aggressive on this one. As the support was holding here, 5-minute pullback, buying a safer entry. Kind of snoozed by this one. Also having that 5-minute breakout with the 1-minute pullback. Everything's textbook classic. But no need to rush it. I'd rather miss a trade. Buying momentum, looking really good around 82. Kind of pulling back a little bit. We're in that big resistance zone. This might be our first trade here. I'm just going to watch a little closer, see how it forms, holding our highs well. I don't like the fact that we're right under 4, which is massive long-term resistance. Kind of spooks me out a little bit. It's 9:15 now, 15 minutes since the market opened. 76. Ooh, this is quite the one to watch. I do have kind of a feeling that this could break out higher again. I might miss this one. Space is over 40. There's many attempts now to the upside, making me a little bit on edge with this BBI breakout. Sure is good fun to watch though. Yeah, I don't know, Jordan. I couldn't even answer that. Maybe it's because I was just a little tired today. I couldn't even say. I'm missing. You are FOMOing. I am FOMOing. I really think BBI is going to break out to the upside, break past 4. I don't know. I'm totally fine with missing breakout trades, to be honest. I'm still so new to it, that specific strategy. I'm just sitting back and watching and learning. That's really what's going on right now. And this is definitely our lead gapper though. Here we go, trying to break past 4. Many attempts. If I was long this one at around 3.8, I would have pooped my pants so many times already. I really want to watch this crack past 4. Not sure if we're going to get it. CNSL up 25%. Market cap is way bigger than I'd want to typically be trading. But hey, that break past 6 was really, really nice. 13% pop to the upside. Interesting find for sure. Pulling back a little bit right now. This could keep running. Some resistance here at about 8, 9. First you learn, then you earn. I like it. I gotta change my mouse quickly. Check out that absurd resistance on BBI. Space pulling back to 39. I'd be a little cautious with BBI. This has been a very slow breakout, but you know, everyone's different. Here we go, pulling back to the downside. I would have probably been faked out like 10 times on this trade. This could just be a quick little pullback. Who knows? Slow day for me. Usually we'd already have one trade already in the bag. 9:50 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Getting close to that 10. BBI pulling back. We might see another support near VWAP. 3.4 roughly. Bros is like, what's going on? That's how I feel. I'm like getting all stressed over here just watching BBI. I'm trying to think when would have been the time to buy BBI. So we had a pretty healthy 5-minute pullback here, and I think buying this one with a goal of it breaking the 5-minute high at around 357 and then selling into green into a spike volume would have probably been the ticket. Could have landed around 10%. Second option would have been buying pre-market, which we pretty much never do. So either one of those things would have been an interesting idea. AVEO, what is going on? This just had a reverse split. What's going on with this new mouse? Didn't I just charge it? 1 in 10 reverse split. Pause due to volatility. BBI at 3.6. AVEO 160 float, but if it just had a 10-to-1 split, should be only 16 million float. Could be a really interesting pick here. Unless it had a bigger shares outstanding before, which could be the possibility. TOCA moving, yeah. It's back to 56% up on the day, back to 0.76. I got an alert on it if it breaks above 8. Looking a little weak though. Dollar volume's under 10 million. Nice little pop though. It's quite a choppy little stock. 0.7 support line bounce could have been really, really nice. Clear whole number. I don't know. This thing looks like it's selling off a little bit. It does have a fat gap to fill. You can see we came close to that 1. So far, no trades from me. Getting close to 10 o'clock. This is usually the time where anything that's not been moving on the day in about 10 minutes sometimes really spikes to new all-time high. So maybe we could look for a stock like that. Sometimes it's the runner-up stock. So in that case, it would be TOCA. CNSL is still looking quite interesting. Kind of having some issues around 725. Gonna keep an eye on it. BBI 3.5. Could be a little trade opportunity coming in here if we really pull back. Yeah, OMX, really good point. There's nothing super obvious to be trading. Um, Even with BBI, this bounce to back to 3.36, 3.4 would have been kind of a wishing kind of trade, like, okay, maybe we'll retest the high, but it's not a clear move. Not to mention that big resistance above. There's nothing like I'm looking at them like, I should probably be trading this. Except I gotta admit, when BBI was right here and we had the 1 minute pullback, I was getting a little FOMO-y, like Jordan said. That could have been a 5% trade. So I think that probably would have been another opportunity that I missed today. Well, let's just keep waiting a little bit longer. I want to be trading for at least another 30 minutes, so no rush. Let the trades come to us. BBI looking like it could pull back a little bit here. Gaining back some momentum. Quite the roller coaster of a stock. 360, 3.65. There's just a lot of sellers on it right there. I'm going to be right back. Give me like a minute. Got some walnuts, some brain food. $3.53. BBI looking to pull back right around 10 o'clock. Let's see what kind of volume we get on this. Nope, did not happen. I got to give it to BBI. It's holding the highs right around the resistance area pretty well. ONTX. BBI trying to break up now. Whoo, what a pullback, huh? That is a mean pullback. Buying 2,000 shares at 55 would be super interesting. %10 move. Not the biggest mover. Sub-dollar. Typically don't like trading those. Large amount of shares outstanding. Big sell volume though. No catalyst. Why is it up so much? Okay, well, I guess, yes, 2 days ago there was a PR about them joining a international conference. Not much for news though. Still watching BBI. Kind of feel like I'm missing something here. Let me quickly run the scanner. Whoa, a lot more popped up, guys. BBI, some of the top pick, TOCA, still all the stuff we're looking at. I'm gonna go to our runner-up. I'm really not sold on TOCA, the way it's moving. Could go green on the day any moment though. I think TOCA could be an interesting pick. ONTX, I'm not really sure about. Sub-dollar, typically don't trade something like this. Don't see any news. Float's a little bit bigger than I would want. It could be a great dip buy, or it could just keep running up. Who knows? I don't know anything about the company. I still think we might get a really good trade on BBI at one point today. I'm not sure when, but I think this could really be the winner. Yeah, Jordan, I think the what you're asking is how to detach your screen maybe. So you go here next to whatever you name your trading screen, and then you can go here and say detach. And then when you detach, a new window pops up, and then you can move this anywhere you want. Now I can do this with my scanner. I can do this with anything. Yeah, OMX, the detach widget in the hamburger menu. Yeah, that's the word for it. Good call. Are you talking about the dip buy on BBI, or are you talking on ONTX? BBI breaking up. Ah, yeah, 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 I agree. Unless it keeps breaking higher. If it breaks back above 8, it could be green on the day, and it could be totally back in play. BBI breaking up here. Decent volume. Yep. Yeah, just drag it to the monitor, the other monitor, just like you'd ever drag like a normal Windows. BBI pulling back now. Big break with decent volume. Pretty solid. $10.07. Might be looking to get into this trade. I'm going to keep watching it a little closer. Not too much selling volume. It's a good sign. Yeah, Rick Sanchez, yeah. I feel the same way. Uh, Trying to break higher now. That selling volume was not that much. I might be getting an entry here. Just going to watch it a little longer. That was a quite heavy sell order just now. This 377 support doesn't look like it's going to hold. Oh, well, there it is. Then just cracked. Looks like it had a little bit of a double top. Most of the volume, though, today was green. This is one of those days where it's a little tricky in the market, and I feel like sometimes the best thing to do is not do anything. Yeah, it's definitely a tough one today. I kind of feel like BBI might just curl and rip back to the upside here. 3.79, 3.81. Yep. I kind of feel like with BBI, I would have been on the wrong side of the trade a few times, where I would have held it maybe a little bit too long or something like that. I don't really see myself trading BBI unless there's a exceptionally good setup. Today I might not trade. It's been like a week since we haven't traded at all. Actually, I think maybe even longer. I would have to double check on that. We typically at least do 1 or 2 trades every day. How is it being short biased? I don't do much shorting at all. I used to. And once this account gets back above $25,000 and we move it to a margin account, I might start incorporating a bit of shorting, but I'm not entirely sure about that. Well, that last walnut tasted a little smoky. BBI dipping. This dip looks a little aggressive. Sometimes these are my favorite kind of setups. Identifying that 3.52, 3.5 was big support, putting a limit order there, and just selling right onto the bounce. It's pretty scalpy and it's very risky because sometimes the support will get ripped through and you got to close out your position. So it's tough. I think I have a success ratio. I'll have to check. I think it's above 75. It was at 80% for a while, but every now and then you'll have one of those trades that really, really get you. So it's a super sketchy trading style, but it works pretty well if you just consistently take those profits very quickly. But if you start wishing and hoping that you're going to get a 10% return, that's very dangerous. I think I might take a real good nap after this. Markets are all back green. Good sign. Space is back above 40. Really nice. I'm going to go ahead and put an alert on BBI. It's kind of looking like it maybe wants to test a low or something like that. I'm keeping an eye on the 5-minute candle chart because we got the EMA, the 15-minute EMA, and the VWAP, big support area in this kind of 3.5 area. So if this holds and we start curling up a little bit, we could have a break above 4. Unbiased trades. Am I still in space? Yes. I wish I could be trading from space. How cool would that be? I'd be floating around with my laptop. Probably wouldn't have any Wi-Fi. Here you can see my space position. Up quite nicely. This is a small position. $970 position size. We're up $780. We've almost doubled this position. Not too bad. You can see the long-term chart here. We bought at 22.57 on a pullback pre-market. I'm looking to get out of this trade around 62. I think we might reach 50 in the short term. I also think that there could be a huge blow off top with it, and I'm going to be getting out too early, but I always like to think, if I was trading with $10,000 position sizes, which should be the standard, especially at the end of this challenge, would I want to close out my position for an almost $8,000 profit? Yes, I would. I would like to take my $8,000 off the table. So why would I not do that with a smaller position size? That's why I'm probably going to be closing out my position really soon here. Woo, we just broke above 41, guys. What a little ripper. I should probably be watching BBI, but I'm not going to lie. This trade has just been absolutely insane to watch. It's been a really, really good run. And I really don't think it's over. I do think I'm going to be closing my position way too early. Talking about my position and closing it too early, where is my limit order anyway? Should be right here. This is where I thought I had my limit order, so I'm going to put it back. I think I didn't make it good till cancel, and that's why it did it. This trade actually might close out right now. 41.88, 41.93. Can we break above 42? BBI is a 375, guys. Some resistance at 42. Well, now you guys know where my limit order is. It looks like we're going to pull back a little bit. I would probably hold this one for quite some time, longer today. It's tough to say where these things will top out, but when you get a pretty decent chunk of the move, you can't really complain. Looks like it's pulling back a little bit now. Tiny position size with our Roth IRA account. Had some cash left over in it. BBI, what's going on? What are you going to do? Slow day in the markets. BBI is really choppy. Trading it in that, that first pullback could have probably been the way to do it. It's just hard to say. Today was a tough day to trade. TOCA space just broke above. I think we're about to get out of our position. 42.24. Boom, we just closed our space position. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of sad to be out of this trade. At least I was able to get it live with you guys. Where is it? This was a pretty awesome trade. Too bad it doesn't say P&L open, it just says P&L day. This was one of our bigger swing trades percentage wise. Really nice. Yeah, so it looks like it's just absolutely ripping. This could easily go to $50. And I'm not going to lie, if it goes to $50, I might be a little bit FOMO-y, but I will never complain about making 70, 80% on a trade. And that's what we did with space. Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. You don't get that all the time. Cool. So our space position has finally come to an end. It feels good, but it feels kind of sad too. I'm not gonna lie. It's like that was always checking it in the morning. Really sweet, really, really sweet trade. I just had to have a moment of silence. I felt like I just lost the baby. This is how you become too attached to a stock. I'll definitely be building up an investment position in space at one point. As it has a blow off top, finds a base, I'll start accumulating. I love the company. I love Sir Richard. I think there's great possibilities with it. Let me get focused again here. What did I buy in at space? I bought it at I bought it at 22.57. You can see it on the chart down here. 43 shares at 22.57 right here on the daily chart. We bought it on the 13th. So last Thursday. Looks like we got a pretty nice entry in the short term. I don't know in the long term. I don't know how it's going to end today. But this run does not look over. That's all I got to say. Who is trading BBI? Because this one is kind of freaking me out. It's such a little slow mover, and I really don't want to just somehow trade BBI and then just get stuck in a bad trade. I don't know. It's a tough one. Low volume, holding its highs. First green volume coming in right now. This could be a really interesting setup. We might see a break above 4 really soon. 10:23 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Not a lot is ripping today, so I think there's going to be a lot of eager day traders to jump on anything. Keeping an eye on if anything else is moving. So far, I'm not seeing anything. BBI pulling back. Yeah, Andy, that's a good way to put it. Higher lows and lower highs. Consolidation, which basically, and lower volume, which basically is a recipe for a breakout. We just don't really know the direction it's going to break out, but something's going to have to give at one point. This is the lead gapper. A lot of people are looking at it. I got to say IOTS is also quite interesting. Probably didn't give it enough credit today. Just really kind of consolidating here, and I don't know. I don't think it's going to move because of that fixed merger price. Space back at $41. So it was good that we got out in the short term, but I do think today and maybe tomorrow and maybe next week, it'll probably still hit new all-time highs. But to me, there was more risk than potential reward at this point. So I closed out that position. I think about my percentages, not the dollar amount. All quiet on the market front, guys. I feel like as this stream goes on, my eyes squint more and more. By the end of the stream, my eyes are just gonna be closed. I'm gonna have to trade based off my alerts and my feelings. Trading off your feelings, that already sounds dangerous. BBI pulling back. This is what I was worried about all day today. Just getting stuck in a BBI potential breakout and then all of a sudden getting stuck in a pullback. Good fun to watch. I'm going to turn off auto send for now because I don't want to accidentally click something. I think I'm going to do some push-ups. Falling apart over here. TOCA pulling back a little bit, back under 50% up on the day. Wanted to see more. We didn't get it. Don't let me get this feeling. Some selling volume picking up here. Bigger spike. First big spike of anything. This thing looks like it's building up momentum to the downside right now. Let's see if this 50 area holds. We've bounced off of it twice already. The third bounce is usually when you really want to watch out. Stuck in BBI thanks to forgetting a holiday. Are you talking about President's Day? Woo! 3.52. Selling picking up in this area. Morgan Stanley to buy E-Trade for $13 billion. Somebody had to buy E-Trade. E-Trade. E-Trade was my first broker when I was in high school. I used E-Trade. That was like 10 years ago. Oh man. Whoo. E-Trade, Morgan Stanley. BBI pulling back, guys. 29 minutes ago. Thanks for that alert. I'm going to read that article in a second. Right now I want to watch BBI. Markets are back red. I know Sebastian's trading AMD. You guys see him in the chat room every now and then. AMD is down 0.5% today. Interesting. BBI pulling back, guys. 3.2 I think could be a big bounce potential. I don't know if I'm going to buy it at 3.2, but I just want to kind of point that out. Could be a 6% bounce. I find it a little bit probably too much risk though. PDD rule is the worst thing ever invented. I got my account frozen actually because of that rule. Check out the video, frozen PDD rule. I don't know, just search it on my channel. You can unfreeze your account quicker than the 6 months, whatever they say. You get like 3 warnings. So if it's worth it, make the trade. I don't know, I could be giving horrible advice right now. Do your own due diligence, but I made the trade and I was able to get my account unfrozen. I don't know, that could be really sketchy advice. I don't know. Bounce happening right now at 3.36. That was a former breakout zone. I would not be going long though right now. I could be totally wrong, but I still see a little bit more resistance than risk than reward. I think a reward would be a break back to VWAP, maybe 3.52 if you're lucky. That's about 3-4% bounce. While I see kind of a lot of risk here, about 4 or 5% risk as well. Counted against the PD2 rule, Morgan Stanley. This Morgan Stanley buying E-Trade thing is really interesting. Yeah, BBI, it's already a multi-day runner, and it could still have its big day, so to say. Don't let me get this feeling. Here we go, second dip. CYH running up. Having a few streaming issues, but I think we should be fine in a little bit. CYH, let's look at it quickly. Yeah, what an absolute runner, huh? Looking good. Definitely missed this one. 12%. Not the biggest percentage mover. Massive amount of shares outstanding. Really nice move though. That thing could just train along. Interesting pick. Why are all the pot stocks popping? That's a tongue twister. I have no idea. But if you find out, definitely let us know. Maybe there's some legislation that went through just recently. Could be interesting. So far, no trades. There is a potential BBI could be a good trade. Finding a little bit of a base here. I don't really think that it looks like it's going to pull back again, though. Might break back above VWAP and then continue to new all-time highs. going to definitely be watching this one closely. It's 10:36 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. A little bit later than I'll typically be wrapping up trading. So I don't know. Let's give it a few more minutes. I'm not super in a rush. Kind of just waking up, actually. I should have a coffee being made. YouTube's telling me I'm having some bit rate issues. If you guys are having if there's any streaming issues, let me know. It's hard for me to tell. These warnings come and go like crazy. Psychedelic stocks come. That's a really good question. What's the current situation with psychedelic stocks? Like, are there psychedelic stocks? Are there like mushrooms and stuff? Can you buy that in the store? I honestly have zero idea. BBI pulling up. Yeah, I apologize. You know, the internet should be really good. I'm not sure where these issues are coming from. I'm not fully convinced with this BBI breakout. I would like to really see it pop back above VWAP. To me, it looks a bit more like a little ski slope here. Boom, there we go. That's what we were waiting for. We need one more of those candles. This was a really tricky stock to trade today, so that's the reason I made no trades on BBI today. IPO in March. Which one's IPOing in March? And check out HEPA. Why did it look so good on the scanner? 5%. I read 50. Ay, ay, ay. All right, I'm not gonna lie. IOTS, AMD, and Space. I'm just gonna get off our watch list. They keep confusing me. I pulled back quite a bit, but 4.3, finding some big support in that area. BBI breaking now back to the upside. What do we have here? Kind of a late trade. This would be a very, very late trade. Mind Med. Already sounds pretty interesting. I'm probably going to give it maybe another 20 minutes. I'm definitely not going to be trading past 11, so you know, maybe we'll see a setup here forming shortly. I kind of just feel like BBI is a little choppy, and if I go ahead and enter the trade for whatever reason, I could get faked out pretty quickly. So I've been pretty much on edge with BBI all day today. I think it was probably a good thing that we didn't trade so far. definitely don't regret it. Waiting for a potential entry with BBI. We might have an entry around 3.2. I've been kind of thinking about that for a little bit. It seems like it keeps trying to break higher, but it keeps getting rejected. So I don't think I would want to trade BBI as a potential breakout. But I would probably be trading BBI as a potential reversal after a pullback. $3.2. Yeah, you are. But good to have you anyway. We're just about to wrap up the live stream. Gonna give it another few minutes. BBI could be a potential trade. We've been trying to crack this 30 area all day. It just has not really been working. Another little bounce here. Small bounces. So I think today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a recap of the Morgan Stanley buying E-Trade news. I'm not entirely sure if it's worth discussing the recap video, but we'll see. I'm going to look through the news and I'll have to make up my mind in a little bit. All right, bros. It was good talking to you. If you enjoyed the content, don't forget to hit the like button. I definitely appreciate it. I'll see you again tomorrow, hopefully. Just a little bit of a slow day with BBI. Didn't really do what we wanted to. Buying it pre-market would have been the ticket. I'm going to see here. Maybe we're going to get one more dip with BBI. I'm just waiting for it. Nothing else is really taking my attention, which is kind of sad. Kind of had high hopes for today, but then it ended up being quite a slow day. At least we closed out our space trade. CYH, that was a pretty good call. Not really something we trade with our small account challenge though. Market cap and shares outstanding just a little bit high, but really nice breakout after the 5. This thing could really just kind of keep inching its way up. A lot of news. But you closed out space. Yeah, that's a good point. I closed out space. I am celebrating. I'm happy about that, but I'm also kind of crying inside. That was a fun trade. But yeah, you don't want to get attached to a trade for no reason, huh? All right, guys, this is looking like a really slow day. I think I could easily make a mistake with BBI. I also do at the same time think that there could be a possible really, really nice trade with BBI in the next 30 minutes, maybe in the next hour. But it's already 4:47 p.m. local time. I don't really want to be trading past, I would say, 4:30 p.m. local time, which is 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Things get a little choppy. You don't really know how long things are going to break out. It's getting a little late for me personally. So I'll probably be wrapping up the trading here. It doesn't look like we made a trade today. Ooh, I think this is like the first day of the month that maybe we didn't make a trade today. Maybe even longer. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. If you're new here, if you're watching this on replay or anything like that, and you like the content, don't forget to subscribe. We're going to be coming out with a lot more videos. Got a recap video coming out today as well. Yeah, and if you enjoy the content, don't forget to like button. I'm going to go celebrate my space trade like Chrome says. Till next time, guys. Like always, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao.